Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 42 of the It Doesn't Matter podcast. And we've got myself, Strapfax, John, and we have...
The Dominican Dream. We've got Papi Platano.
There he is. And we have...
I am the notorious one. I am Dom. Boom.
Still can't get it.
1 week before the end of the year.
All right, so we're going to jump right into it. AEW Full Gear just took place live from the Kia Forum in beautiful, safe, relatively Los Angeles, California. And we have the lineup here, and Abel and myself were able to catch most of the show, but, I'll start off. So what was the lineup? Dom, you got the lineup in front of you?
All right, I didn't see most of the show. I had an eventful day, so I did see little bits and pieces, but I did, keep up. Got to know the product. So, all right, so we kicked off the show with the trios match. We're skipping the pre-show. Going to a trios match. We have Luchasaurus, Nick Wayne, and your TNT champion, Christian Cage. And they went against Darby Allin, the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, and Sting!
Yeah, good old Stinger Man.
And then I seen this, and it must have been a dream come true for... I'm about to say Edge, Adam Copeland, to don the face paint.
That would have been a shot.
This man tag teamed with Hulk Hogan. He tag teamed with Sting. And he also had Ric Flair in his corner. That has to be a dream right there for that man right there.
Oof.
Coming from where Adam Copeland was in attendance at WrestleMania 6 at the Sky Dome. And, we're not the same age, but... kind of grew up watching the same heroes, the same things, more or less. Yep. And, man, that is just fantastic for him personally. Just like you said, Dom, all the things you just said, and I'm going to say them again. He had a feud with Ric Flair. He won the championship with Hulk Hogan. Yep. And he's in a tag team match with Sting right there. And what's funny is that, Sting has had matches with Brian Cage. And Brian Cage, kind of looks like the old... the Blade Runner Sting. He kind of looks like
I like that look.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? But it's like, come on, man. He loves Sting.
Everybody loves Sting.
Really loves Sting.
And I mean, back at WrestleMania 31, I got accused of being a huge Sting mark, and it's like, I love Sting. I love a lot of pro wrestlers, And why am I a Sting mark? Because Sting's great, and I didn't take that as offense. I just thought it was kind of funny. You're gonna. Of all people, you're going to put Sting on me. But, what really sold me on him, because he's been in the discussions for, I think, probably the Observer Hall of Fame for many years, and people didn't want to put him in. He's like, and you look back at it, like, Sting.
Sting's not in the Observer Hall of Fame yet?
He might. I'm not sure. I don't pay too close attention to that.
Yeah.
But
Dave.
The argument against him is kind of like, no, you know what? He's had a great career, and I had this from High Spots. He had the Sting in Japan, and this was Sting around 1994, 95. Dude was a maniac.
Yeah.
Like, he did not wrestle, like, lots of people to wrestle in Japan, like, they did not wrestle at home. Hulk Hogan being the most example. They like to do that on social media, like, oh, look, Hulk Hogan's doing the Hammerlock and Enziguri. And it's like, yeah, he could do more than just what he did in America, but that's not what sold in America, Sting.
But why would you need to do it if you're making... money.
Take that, MJF. Coming up soon. And, so Sting was a crazy man in Japan. It's like, this body of work right here. He cared. He tried hard. He worked hard. Yeah, he was in some bad angles at the end of WCW, but that wasn't his fault. Being in TNA and whatever was going on there, that wasn't his fault.
Minus the main event Mafia. I did like that.
Yeah, Joker Sting. Various incarnations of Sting.
Hi.
Sting was the man.
Yeah, so anyway, in this 6-person tag team match, and Darby Allin's last for a while as he's going to start training to climb Mount Everest and hopefully live the experience.
That would be nice to see him come back after all that.
Yeah, it was a fun little match, and them coming out and all together, kind of like we'll see him Punk did this too. Our friend Phil Brooks, he also did the face paint tag team match get up too. So everyone gets to join along with the Stinger. But it was a fun opening match, and Darby Allin going off the rails at the end of the match, saying, you people need to get off your fucking asses. He didn't say that, but he's just like, everybody, get up and cheer for Sting. This is the last time he's going to wrestle in the Kia Forum. It's not the LA Coliseum. I forgot the old name of it, but it's the last time he's going to wrestle here in Los Angeles. Get up off your butts and
appreciate what you have you have in front of you. Yeah.
So
I'm surprised you ain't mentioned that choke slam Luchasaurus did to Darby onto the ring apron.
Ooh, good lord.
That damn coffin drop. That's what you should call that shit.
Darby Allin, when he was in Evolve Wrestling, I don't know if he got mad at the booker or maybe it's just a story he was telling. Like, Gabe Sapolsky, the booker of Evolve and the booker of Ring of Honor during its best period, 2006, he wanted to hire Darby Allin because he was a big bump taker. And Darby was like, I'm more than that. It's like, well, you still do it. You still take those crazy-ass bumps. And he did. He's hurt, man. And, yeah, Luchasaurus gave him that weird chokeslam in from the ring to the apron. Good God, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, Darby Allin. So,
And you guys didn't mention Ric Flair taking a bump.
oh,
How y'all forget about that?
so good, man. So Ric Flair is, seconding Sting to the ring until his final matches, and he's out there, he's looking good, and he's in his purple attire. He's got that Ric Flair drip, and man, Christian goes face to face with him. Or Ric Flair takes off his jacket, and he's ready to just knuckle up with Christian, and they actually go at it, and Flair's punching him, chopping him. Christian's like, and then Christian, man, this guy already has enough heat. He really gave it to Ric Flair. He gave him the low blow, he pushed him,
Poked him in the eye.
oh my God, it's great. But here's the problem with that. Ric Flair just no-sold it literally 1 minute later. He just got back in the ring. It's I get it, it's Legends Night kind of thing, So he didn't sell it at all. But that was a really oh my God, going over the line. And that wouldn't be the first time AEW went over the line on this show tonight.
Yeah.
But again, fun match.
It was a good opening match. That's how you kick off the pay-per-view. AEW full gear. All right, so our next match is for your AEW International Championship. We have the champion, Orange Cassidy, going against Jon Moxley.
Oh, yeah. It was a good match. Another good match. Another good solid match. And Orange Cassidy getting, in the storyline, he lost the title. And at first he didn't. He shrugged it off. He didn't care about it. He's like, oh, whatever. Like he does.
Yep.
But he really cared about that championship. And
He made that championship,
Yeah,
basically.
it actually...
he made it.
Yeah, he did made it. Yeah. It made you look at Orange a different way, because some of us, I guess some of the... I don't know how you say it, the...
Evolution.
Not the evolution.
Yeah.
The fair weather fans, that just come in and who the hell is this guy? Why should I even care? And then when you watch his matches, it's this is why you want to watch this guy. Yes, his character may not be what you want, but the wrestling is A1.
Orange was working in 2023. He did the damn thing.
Yeah.
He defended that title almost every single week, and I give him props for
I
that.
would probably say he's probably AEW's breakout star of this year, because I wasn't expecting all that from him. Yeah, we've seen a couple matches here and there, but all those title defenses and seeing the evolution of where he got to where he's at. Orange, he went from here, now he's up there. Is he going to be in the main event one day? Maybe, maybe not. But with AEW, anything's possible. So just keep doing what you're doing, and maybe something will come out of it, because I really like what he's doing.
So I wasn't expecting any blood in this match. I thought it was going to be a pure wrestling match. How the hell did Moxley get busted open?
It's Jon Moxley. Just go,
What happened? What did I miss?
I forgot. I missed that too.
Ditto. But, like I said, there was a story to the match. Orange Cassidy's character has evolved over time in AEW, so...
Riddle me this. How do you get Jon Moxley to bleed?
You shatter one of those glasses, don't you dare.
No.
I'm not sure. It's a treasure. It's a collector's item.
I will have to replace that ASAP.
The Batman Forever Cup.
Damn right.
Comes with a small fry. Yeah. So no, it's a good solid all around matchup, and there's some what do you call it? Fortunate green, some fortunate blood there, And still, not the worst blood you'll see.
But
at
I
Full
honestly,
Gear.
I honestly thought Orange was gonna drop the title back to Mox, but
Yeah, it would make sense because, like, Mox won it for a reason, unless
Yep.
this was the reason.
Mox don't need the title though.
no,
Mox
he,
is
he
good.
doesn't.
I mean, after reading his book earlier this year, and I'm just looking at Mox, I'm just like, you just become a bigger fan of these guys if you read their books or their true stories. And if you care or do not care for him in the ring or on the show, you can appreciate the man behind it. And even that being said, like when he came back in WWE, 2018 or something, after a serious injury, they had like a special on the Peacock. And I watched that special as like a look into him training, getting back into the ring, him with Renee out in Las Vegas and stuff like that. And I was kind of like, I don't really like him. This is funny. It's like, I don't really like him, but reading his book, I was like, okay, I liked him better that way.
That's how I felt about Lawrence Fole. Lex Luger.
Oh,
He's one of the biggest legend stars in this business.
That's how I felt about him. After reading his book,
Yeah,
I like the man, Lawrence.
still mock him though. Oh,
Hey. There's gonna be some mocking later. Starrcade 87.
oh yeah.
My goodness. All right, so your next match for the AEW Women's Championship, you got John's girl Hikaru Shida going against Timeless Tony Storm
my baby.
with
Ooh.
Luther the Butler. And then I seen this match. Oh man, Tony Storm is over, and
Yes.
AEW did the right job of putting the title back on Tony Storm for the
yes.
third time. It sucks for Shida because she's just a transitional champion, but
I'll take it.
Tony Storm, she's the hottest thing since sliced bread right now. And
Sliced bread is white.
But
whatever.
she is a Kiwi.
Yes.
Meow.
But my thing is, how didn't Aubrey notice the steel plate frying pan, whatever she put in her butt to
Didn't
take
you-
her out?
Because her ass covered it all.
Yeah, right? Come on now.
Did you know Tampax came out with a new brand of? No, anyway. Yeah, I mean that was a glaring omission
Yeah.
from Aubrey, and sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too obvious that it fell, and she did like the ready for my close up thing, and then she was gonna do her move. I don't know what happened. There's like some schmoz fuck up botch right there.
Yeah.
So she went back to the corner and did the close up thing again, and then she tried to fix the thing. It's too much, but
It looked like Shida wasn't ready for the hip attack.
yeah. She
I mean,
probably
I'm
wasn't
always
in
ready
position.
for it.
Oh man, Tony Storm. They don't have an action figure of Tony Storm in AEW yet.
Really?
They have Jamie Hayter, which I don't have yet. They have Britt and Jade Cargill and
That's gonna be a collector's
all
item.
those. But there's no Tony Storm yet because they don't have enough plastic for her ass. It's too big, won't fit in the box. But whether this was a great match or not, it didn't have to be. It was a storyline based. They're trying to push this timeless Tony Storm character, which everyone loves right now.
Yes.
And it was the right call for the right gal at the time. So we'll give it a thumbs up. I like this whole thing. And
It's-
I'll watch it again.
Yeah. It's amazing how AEW, when you first started, we were like, we don't want those characters. We just want straight wrestling. And sure enough, what brings you back to wrestling? Great character work.
Stories.
Stories too, but you
Great character work.
but yeah, when it comes to like wrestling, when the guys get older, if you can't wrestle, you need to have a good character that's gonna sustain and keep you going. So when Tony came in, it was just Tony Storm. Okay, no big deal, good wrestler, nothing serious. Now you got a character to go with it, timeless Tony Storm, which harkens back to like the old silent movie thing, something you don't see anybody doing. So it's like, all right,
I love it.
yeah, it's
I love it so much.
that's what you want. You want somebody to just like make you just like, hold up, what am I watching? All right, sit down, got a character, boom. All right, let's go.
It's good shit.
What do you think about like, okay, so allegedly she went crazy after she lost the title, right?
Yep.
She has the title back. Is she still gonna be crazy?
Who
Right?
Should.
Yeah.
did Sheeta take the belt off? Was it Saraya?
No, it was Tony. It was
Wasn't the
originally.
Wasn't the Fatal 4-Way?
I think Sheeta won it from Tony Storm,
It might have been.
and then they separated from the Outcasts, the Social Outcasts, or whatever their name is. B team, go, go, go. And then Sheeta lost it to Soraya at All In, and then lost it back to Sheeta on something, and Tony Storm again. So, and apparently, they did a whole year history. Like, oh, she won it. Tony Storm won it from Jamie Hayter last full gear. It's like, geez, that was a long ass time ago.
Hayter's been gone for a little bit too. She's still on that injury. Was it her knee again?
I'm not sure what happened. She just she did show up. She was able to get in the ring and do a spot or two to lose the title. But
that was short. What show was that?
Because she was hurt. I forgot what show.
She was hurt.
Maybe Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Sad.
Damn. Haters gonna hate.
Nah, but she's another one. I hope when she gets back, she comes back stronger and maybe find a better character than just Jamie Hayter. I don't know what it can be. I mean, it's difficult. There's only so many characters, but you just don't want to lose somebody like that. So. Next.
All right. Our next match is for the AEW Tag Team titles. It is a ladder match. You have FTR. You have the Tag Team Champions of Big Bill and Absolute, Ricky Starks. You had LFI, Dralistico, and Roosh. And you have the Kings of the Black Throne. When they start being called Kings of the Black Throne?
I think they were. That was their team, in the indie.
Why don't they just say House of Black?
They did. They represent House of Black.
Four of them. That's...
All right, well, you got Malachi Black and Brody King. I was just curious. I'm like, damn, all right. You're going to be like Legion of Doom, Road Warriors? Okay.
Well,
they were a tag team in the indies prior to being called House of Black when they had Julia and, what is it, Julia and Murphy?
Yeah.
So that's when they formed House of Black. And then...
That's a long-ass tag team name.
It's like having the New Age Outlaws within Degeneration X.
Yeah.
So...
Basically.
Let's put it into terms we can understand.
Yeah. The Kings of the Black Throne.
You guys know that cell phone game Heads Up?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a cell phone game, and like I say, me and you were playing it because you're in New York City and I'm in New London, Connecticut, via satellite. Anyway, so it's just something to kill time, right? So I have you're gonna answer questions. I'm gonna hold up the phone right to my forehead or something like that.
Okay.
And it says like Tony Storm, and you're trying to get me to say Tony Storm, giving me clues.
Yeah.
Basically like charades.
Okay. Sure, yeah. And so I was playing it with the other notorious one, Mitch Silver, and we were like cheating because we were using wrestling terms. It's like
that's how you do it.
It was like name something in Mexico. I'm like Del Rio.
El Patron.
And our friends are like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?" It's our language, man. Name 3 cities in Mexico. All right, he's thinking Del Rio, Callisto, Penta. It's like, this is so dumb. It's so cheating. It's like if they said you can't use wrestling terms, we'd lose. We would die right there. But anyway, we're talking about
the tag team ladder match.
Oh yeah,
break it down.
The Kings of the Black Throne or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's a very. You can hear this a lot. It's a very good match, and Ricky Starks and Big Bill were just literally a thrown together tag team. The Big Bill mentioned it on commentary on Collision that I don't even know this guy. And see, that proves how good we are. I don't even have to know him, and like we're the tag team champions, and like, okay. And when they came out, I'm like, why they? I mean, I know why, but it's like they broke up Hobbs and Starks just to do Hobbs and Starks. Just to have another big guy. Granted, I'd put more faith in Powerhouse Hobbs than I would Big Bill.
Yeah.
Over time, but it works. It's the old Sean Diesel thing,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And it works. Ricky Starks, he can pull it off, and Big Bill's a good. He's good again. He had a bad couple of years, and but a lot of hot action in there. Speaking of other untapped potentials, like Malachi Black, man, he was so hot coming in to the company, and it's like, do something with this guy. Why are you sticking him in that tag team division? Come on, man. He's good. They didn't even use Buddy Matthews that much, and what's his name? Brody King's been hurt. And Penta and the other dude.
Ray Phoenix?
No, he's hurt. I want to say Serpentico, but it's not Serpentico. It's like
Roosh?
No. Penta's partner.
Oh,
Was it-
Dralistico.
What is that?
Dralistico.
Dragon? I don't know.
It's like, yeah, basically.
Yeah. And then Roosh and 10. I think that's who he was.
Yeah.
Preston Vance. Okay. I mean, Roosh is really cool, you know.
Yes.
Andrade's brother.
Yes.
Andrade's brother.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Idolo. Andrade Idolo, according to Kevin Kelly.
The idol.
But yeah, anyway, the end of the match, you know, Big Bill and Ricky Starks, they retained the championships, and they didn't do it in a fluky way.
No, they won it clean.
They won it clean. I was like, you know what? Big props to that. They could have totally had a scuzzy finish, but they had it clean, and it's like, all right, maybe they're going to put some steam behind this tag team, and we'll see where they go. So
Maybe till New Year's Revolution.
That's WWE.
just revolution.
Same
brother.
shit. I say New Year's because it's coming up.
All right, our next match is for the TBS Championship. You have the champion Chris
Oh, yeah.
Statlander going against Julia Hart and Sky Blue. It looked like Sky Blue went to the dark side.
Get in there.
Oh, I'd like to see her dark side.
You could have
Of the moon.
had Bobby's Burgers, Mohegan Sun.
You can't, you know. I love all the AEW women. You know, take that NXT. They got some there too in WWE, of course. But it's like, no, I love my AEW women wrestlers, in particular Sky Blue and Julia Hart in the same match with Chris Statlander.
She's not doing that gimmick.
She should.
She ain't doing it for me. But you know, Sky Blue came out with, you know, the double black bloody eye gimmick thing. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Willow Nightingale got over it. You got to get over it too. So arguably, you could have had Sky Blue or
You get over that.
Yep.
I pushed the wrong bell. There's a bell with a slash through it. And there's a bell with no slash through it.
Oh, Lord.
John owes everybody a beer.
Yes, he does.
You got it.
Yes,
I'm
he
supposed to
does.
drink more of this coquito.
Yes, one of the best holiday drinks to have.
On this Thanksgiving edition of the Doesn't Matter podcast.
Days ago, Thanksgiving was.
Yes.
So good.
All right, back to Julia Hart and
Okay.
the Black Eyes.
So you know, Sky Blue has the black eyes. And Sky Blue looking great, but you know they're putting some steam behind her too.
Yep.
And Julie Hart, you know, she had a lot of a push behind her all year long, but she did lose to Statlander like last month or whatever. So you didn't know who's gonna win the belt, and in the end, Julia Hart won the title. And you know, there's some good near falls in this match, especially with Sky Blue. Her finisher is the Sky.
The cold blue. Basically the
Cold
red.
Blue, yeah. Oh, they changed her music too.
Yeah.
They gave her new music, and it's like, great, you don't have the generic music anymore, but it's like, I kind of liked it. So that's a sign of a push. They give you brand new music, right?
Yeah.
But Julia Hart, she pulled out the victory, and man, the crowd went wild.
It did.
And they love that because they're curious about Julia Hart, and she won it. She should have won it because she's more over than Chris Statlander is right now, or ever will be. And I just loved it. It was great.
Yeah, she's shown a little bit improvement since she first started compared to when we first seen her. I mean, she's still fairly green. She's only, 22, 23 years old.
And married.
Yeah, married. I think to
Does marriage give you life experience? Because
a little bit. I mean, if your husband's a decent wrestler, he can give you some pointers.
that's a different podcast.
Well, obviously, she's better than him. You don't see him on TV.
It's called the Angrily Single podcast. I'm not though. Right now.
All right.
But you know, big props to her. I'm glad to see they pushing like the young talent like they have been, and
No.
hopefully she keeps doing what she's doing and keeps improving and getting better.
It's not like they have Medusa coming in and beating everybody left and right and saying, I'm the champion now.
Thank God.
You know, they're having, this is young. You want your young talent? You put them over on TV. It's happening right in front of your eyes
Yeah.
right now.
So don't start complaining. Oh, are they pushing them? Hey, shut up. This is what you wanted.
You
Don't
want the weird, funky other stuff? Check out Impact Wrestling while you still can before they go back to TNA Wrestling. before they put Sonny Kiss back in the ladies division, knockouts division.
Did you see that match?
I have it, but I have not.
You seen the clips?
I've been quite busy. Haven't been able to watch all of the shows lately because we've been filming a lot of It Doesn't Matter podcasts of late. But no, I haven't, and I do intend to check it out. So.
All right. So Tony Khan's big signing.
Oh, yeah.
I told Abel.
Yeah, you did.
Will Ospreay. How was the crowd reaction to that?
It was actually really good.
Yeah?
Very good.
Even though you were wrestling in AEW like 5 matches?
He still was signed to.
Oh,
It was still signed to New Japan, so they didn't know if he was going to be officially a part of AEW's roster.
I said this in a pre-show conversation with Abel last episode before Dom showed up. Actually,
Oh, look at that!
I said, Dom.
Yeah, hit me.
So I said about this signing, right? This Will Ospreay signing. I said, here's what's going to happen. All right. If it's Will Ospreay, if Will Ospreay is the big surprise and he signs with AEW, the WWE fans will say, "Man, this guy did not have the balls to go to WWE. He would not be able to hack it. He stayed in the safe zone of the indie, the AEW, the New Japan. He stayed where he was, where he's most successful, because he's not going to be able to make it to the big time." All right, that's one way of thought. The other way of thought is he signs with WWE. Oh my God, what a signing! This guy's going to be the next AJ Styles.
Yep,
There you go.
literally.
One of the two ways.
Literally, and it's
One
from
of the two ways.
and it's the same. It'll be from the same fans saying the same shit.
You either love him or you hate him.
Yep.
Apparently.
Well, bruv, I love what he got.
Oh my God.
Love you, bruv.
Rough. No, hey, great signing for him, and I'm
Yes.
sure he thought about it over, just like Walter, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Yeah, I think Will Ospreay explained why he chose AEW, because it'd be a little bit of a lighter schedule. He'd have time with his wife and his kids.
He didn't have to move to the States.
Yeah.
You know, he could stay where he is in England, or he could stay in Britain, so he doesn't have to take his kid out of school or what have you, or something like that. So his personal schedule fits very well with AEW versus what it would be with WWE. It's like, hey, it's my kid's, first recital. Oh wait, I gotta go to Crown Jewel. It's like, God damn it, Vince or Triple H.
There's one thing though. I just hope he doesn't fall into the whole Pac situation where he's constantly having issues with his work visa. It's like
That's because he's a bastard.
It's true.
I love Pac every time I see him, and it's like you don't get enough of him because it's always like his schedule is all fucked up, and it's like he's got some issues. Like
He hangs out.
I feel like they're just gonna say fuck it, we're not gonna resign. All right, have fun, brother.
Hey, whatever the problem with the visa was, the WWE had no problem.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Neville. I remember back in, following the independent wrestling scene and the company Dragon Gate USA. Their big pitch was they would have the Dragon Gate wrestlers from Japan mixed with American wrestlers in one promotion called Dragon Gate USA. And so many shows, visa problems. They couldn't get in the country. So it's like, who's on the show? Johnny Gargano, Era Fox, Chuck Taylor, Tommaso Ciampa, those guys, they had to take over the show, and maybe they could fit in one of the Japanese guys that just happened to have a visa here, so that was a big deal. Visas are things.
Yeah.
And
should use a MasterCard.
Yeah, it's not as easy to obtain them than they used to be back in the day.
Thanks, whoever's in charge at that time. But anyway, for the signing of Will Ospreay to AEW, first of all, he was or is a heel, and he uses that heel United Empire music, but that music he currently has, really like it. So I'm glad they use it. It's a big crowd pleaser, So it was fun to hear that pop the crowd in Los Angeles, and of course he comes out and he's very passionate, and you could see it in him that he's really into this, and that's cool. It's a great signing for AEW, and let's see where he goes. Although in the back of my head, they have plenty of wrestlers on the roster: the Malachi Black, Keith Lee, Swerve. They have all these guys, and so like, here's another great guy. It's like, that's cool. They already have lots of great guys.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with them? They have Roosh.
And you hear me say this all the time.
You do.
I'm happy for the dude, but let's not get him lost in the sauce. Like, come on now.
Switchblade. Well,
Exactly. Look, I told you
Nah.
this the other day. I was naming off wrestlers just like you just named right now. They have too much talent right there. So, what are you gonna do?
They do.
They're just gonna keep bringing all these top talents, and you're gonna have your guys that's been there since day one fading out the company. Contract gonna be expiring.
take that, Butcher and the Blade.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't think Butcher or Blade is going to be world champion any day soon.
Hopefully they don't lose Daniel Garcia.
No. They're
He's
maybe.
got time.
He's still fairly young. I don't see him leaving anytime soon.
There's a lot of dancing in AEW too, and that's okay. But
All right.
bruv, what's the next match,
Our
bruv?
next match is a Texas Death Match
Holy
with
smokes!
Swerve When I Drive.
Oh, I was singing that shit in Aldi today.
Yeah.
You got Shane Swerve Strickland going against Hangman Adam Page.
You forgot. Hey, Shane Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana.
Yes, can't forget Nana.
He's in the money.
Oh my God. Like I said, I'm mad I missed this match.
Oh, ooh.
This shit was gruesome for what I seen though. From all the highlights I've seen, Hangman, you're a sick fuck for laying on the ground and drinking Swerve's blood and spitting that shit out like Triple H.
Oof.
That's fucking disgusting. That's not hardcore. That's sick.
You know who's not a racist?
Terrible.
Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah, for real. And then the staple gun to the kid's art painting on his face and all that stuff like that.
Well, that made sense.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
I
but
like that one.
I like it a
this
lot.
is gruesome. This it was a wild match.
From
And
what
then-
you've seen, was it too much for you? Do you think that if you watched it, you'd be like, I just can't. I
It's a
can't.
match. Well, if I see it, I'll watch it one time, but I wouldn't want to watch it again.
This is actually a match you would actually want to see again, even with all the brutality. For me, my personal opinion.
I was never really a hardcore guy like that.
Oh, I was
Nah, maybe a couple chair shots here and there, but nah, like
not to this extent, but just the story that it had behind it. It made sense why they had to go to Texas Death Match because of all the shit that Swerve was fucking with him, going into your family and your family's house, and just like going over your kids' cribs. Like, yo, don't be doing that because we gonna be fighting.
so. You want to see the visual of him choking his ass out with that chain, with the rope.
John
Hey,
Moxley
alright.
already been. They did that plenty of times.
It works.
It works.
Effective.
Hey, still just that image.
Yeah,
Nah.
the blood, the drinking of the blood, I could do without, but I mean, it's not gonna be something you're gonna see a bunch of guys doing every time they do a death match because that's a spot you don't replicate. That's special. That stays right there with them too. Fucking it. Swerve was already for me a made guy, but it made him an even better made man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If he's not top 5 right now in that ranking to go against MJF, there's a big issue for me.
Does that ranking even exist?
Well,
though?
he beat Adam Page twice, so
Yeah.
it should shoot him right up there.
Where's Adam Page? 6?
It was an extremely brutal match. It's the most gruesome match I probably have ever seen. The last most gruesome match I've ever seen was in Lucha Underground with Killshot versus Dante Fox. Where I mean it was post produced, and it was also filmed in Los Angeles. But they were like in that match, there's a piece of Dante Fox's skin on the mat.
Oh,
Someone bit it off. Oh, and the Lucha Underground could get away with it because they had a lot of fantasy elements to it at some points.
Yeah.
But this match right here, I mean, yeah, it's not my cup of blood either, but I did appreciate all the hard work going into it and all the creative new spots. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about Hangman drinking his blood for a very long time.
Yeah.
It was the most memorable thing on there. I mean, lots of stuff happened during that match, but hey, check it out though. In the beginning of the match, Swerve came out with his usual entrance, and he had
Nah.
Nana grab the mic. Whose house?
Swerve's house.
And sometimes I feel like it's piped in, but it's like, nah,
Nah,
it gets a
that's-
great reception.
yeah.
And
And he's supposed to be the heel. That's the crazy thing.
I mean, I've been behind Swerve Strickland for a while now because
Yeah.
he did not impress me at first, but over time he's really gotten there. and that's great. But after he did his entrance, Hangman didn't wait for it. He came rushing out just like he should have. Like, you broke into my house, and he went right at it. So he must have been listening to our show last week, and he was going right at it. So that aggression that was right off the bat before the bell rung, but it was an incredible match. Not everyone's cup of tea, but I found a lot of value in it, and I like it.
I'll definitely check it out. But like I said, I could do a whole without the whole death match and all that stuff. They don't do nothing.
Let's just say Swerve became an even better made man.
That's all that
after
matters.
that.
Let's hope so.
What's next for Adam Page?
He's
Get a blood test.
yeah.
I swear Swerve was fine. He was at the Rams game literally the next day.
Hey, he's the champion. Well,
They said, whose house? And they showed a picture of Swerve.
Ooh.
Hangman's house. Oh.
Not anymore.
To follow up this bloodbath was a tag team match, player.
This had to be your buffer match. It was the Golden Jets, which is Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, going against the Bucks of Youth,
Yes.
Matt and Nick Jackson. John, how was this match?
Well,
But hold on. Before you get into it, if the Jets lose the match, they have to break up. But whoever wins, they get a tag team title opportunity.
but what about the Washington State football team? Do they have a name yet? Anyway,
The Commanders.
yeah, whatever. So you're gonna follow up that bloodbath with a match, and you would do well to choose someone of this caliber, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. That being said, the crowd was tired, and how you gonna go from all that nonsense, craziness to just wrestling? Like I said, if anyone could pull it off, it would be these four guys. And they had a good match. They wrestled well, but they just wasn't doing it. Just wasn't doing it for me.
You think the other match overshadowed this match?
Oh, that was the match that stole the show.
They should have did that match, Hangman and Swerve main event, don't you think?
No.
I mean, you heard, Chris Jericho took it as a challenge. He's like, let me try. I can do this. And I'll give him all the credit for that. He really, took the effort to do it and attempt it. But for me, it was a good match. You expect the most from guys like Kenny Omega and the Bucks, but it was just okay. And I think
it wasn't their fault though. Normally,
it wasn't, no.
when you follow a pay-per-view match like that, it is so difficult to even say top this. Like, you can't. It's like, all right, bro, you got it. You got the match of the night. Well, at least the show stealer. So we're gonna just do what we gotta do. Play the hits a few times. Not even just play the hits. Just try to make it a little bit more exciting, and then boom. And then with the Bucks at the end of the match, with their impression of Chris Jericho when he's pissed off from a loss.
Can you tell me how the Jets formed? I know Don Callis was involved with both these guys.
Instigator.
But how this match turn out with against the Young Bucks? Like, how that play out?
It has something to do, like you said, with Don Callis.
Oh, you're done, right?
They're just they got tired of him constantly interfering with them, and just they had a team together, and then I guess they bumped into with the Bucks one day, and they were like, "Oh, we can go against you, and put your title. Why don't you put your
What happened to the Elite?
Yeah, what happened with them? So the feud with Don Callis' family is done?
No. If anything, I think Don Callis is about to recruit the Bucks. Yes. Yes.
See what happens when you remove your common enemy, CM Punk, and you just have infighting.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
But
Riddle me this. Who will be a part?
I like that Riddler versus the modern Riddler in the Batman movie.
Ugh, yes. That gets a...
That guy loves the rain. But the finish of this match, Kenny Omega nailed the... there's some shenanigans at the end, but Kenny Omega nailed the one-winged angel on, I think, Matt Jackson. And
I believe so.
The Young Bucks threw a hissy fit like you wouldn't believe at ringside, and it seemed out of character for me. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to continue the storyline and advance it, but it's like
I said earlier, they were just imitating Jericho after a loss.
yeah, I guess so.
Because you noticed that I'm like, When Chris would get mad, he's like, "God damn it, take the chair." But throwing the fucking sneakers, I was like, "That's new. Like, you guys never do that."
Oh, they threw it in the crowd.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It is a possibility they're joining Don Calais' family. Yeah.
he's a jackal.
Yes, he is. All right, in your main event,
Ow!
you have Switchblade Jay White going
boy.
against the injured MJF Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
A show-long storyline where MJF was injured during the pre-show we skipped, and apparently unable to make it. So throughout the show, they were like, they were going to hand the title over to Switchblade Jay White.
Yep.
And then Adam Cole came
Baby.
out. So you have a guy on one leg replacing another guy who also has one leg. All right, tit for tat. And so Adam Cole came out. He was about to go 1-on-1 with the Switchblade one, and then the ambulance sirens came out, and MJF comes back to the ring, and they have a they have a match. They have a pretty long match, and MJF dislocated his hip during the ridiculous. Why would you do it? I guess a table
That cutter?
broke. The cutter was one of them, but another one was he did the elbow drop on the top rope to the floor.
Yes.
Good God, man! When I first saw that, I didn't remember that. It was very memorable. I was like, oh, maybe he landed on his foot and his thigh first. Nope. Yeah, it just busted his hip out.
Yeah, that was. Oof.
Oh my God! And
I don't recommend doing that, but man, big props to MJF for that.
But it was a quality main event. But all I can think about was, man, it was overbooked.
Big time.
Overbooked. You have this and that and this and that, and something.
It was unnecessary.
I tell you what, they haven't done this before. It's not like they do this all the time. So it's kind of like, hey, with it one time they did a false, what do you call it? A false
Stretcher job.
Yeah, like a stretcher job, a false advertising kind of deal, bait and switch. That's what I was going for, bait and switch. And it's kind of like, was that really necessary? They couldn't have just had a straight-on match. And you know what? If they had a straight-on match, people would probably think this was one of the less exciting main event matches because it's like MJF and Switchblade. What the hell? So put some juice on it. They put Adam Cole in the mix, did all that shenanigans, and like I said, they had a hell of a match, and MJF pulled it out in the end and retained the championship. Now he has to go on and maybe face Switchblade again, go on to Samoa Joe. He's got Wardlow in the wings, and of course, under those wings is Swerve Strickland. So lots of things coming up for Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
In the bidding war of 2024.
Supposedly he re-signed
Supposedly.
quietly till 2027.
Until I see that contract.
You'll
I don't believe it.
you'll
Because
never see
it
it,
doesn't matter what they say.
You'll never see that contract.
I know I won't. God damn it.
Because we don't need to see that backstage stuff. It's none of our business.
It's not.
No.
It really isn't.
No.
As fans.
All right, so there you go. AEW Full Gear.
That's right. Never mind what the graphic says. So that's AEW Folk here. It was a wild show. Always a good time. And, I watched it in segments. I did not watch it all at once because if you watch it all at once, you're a sadist. So, watch it on delay, ignore everyone you know, and watch it at your own pace is what I recommend. But let's get into our main topic of the evening, which is
NWA Starrcade 1987 Chi-Town Heat.
Ew.
Taking place in Chicago, Illinois.
I would hope so.
It better.
This pay-per-view was voted upon by
The Dominican Dream.
the Dominican apple chip-eating dream himself. And you know what? It was a good pick.
I
was a
spit in
real
the
good
face with people who don't want to listen to this podcast.
It was a real good show. The whole show went
real
by
good
so
apple
quickly.
crisp.
Take some raisins home with you.
That's it.
All right, so your first match, you have Eddie Gilbert, Rick Steiner, and Larry Zbyszko with Baby Doll going against the Fabulous Freebirds of Michael P.S. Hayes, Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, and Sting with Precious.
Now the Freebirds were babyface at the time.
Yeah, they were over.
Wow. Because
over.
if I recall, they were heels
They
back
were
in the
heel for
day.
the longest time, but yeah, they were over. And only thing I didn't like how everybody was already in the ring besides the Freebirds, and once their music went off, the place just went nuts.
Bad Street. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, Bad Street Land GA. Yeah, but the Freebirds came out to a big pop, and it wasn't piped in because I went on YouTube as well and looked up the footage, and it was
Yo.
live. It was
Yo.
live. But for opening match, it was a dope match. Eddie Gilbert with the
Hot
white
stuff.
Statue of Liberty glasses on. I was cracking up. Sting with the white and black face paint. And 10 years later at Starrcade, he had the white and black face paints when against Hollywood Hulk Hogan, which we will talk about.
Sting is a perennial 6-man tag opening match guy.
That's crazy.
Like Full Gear.
Yeah, but I used to love wrestling like this. This is my cup of tea right here. You have the dark background and the light is just focusing on the ring. That's your spotlight. That's your attraction right there. I used to love that.
And then you love that Ring of Honor footage. An Honor Club.
I do.
Production value sucks. Well, you'll focus on the wrestling, ain't you?
Yeah, but every single time the babyface got hot, the fans just got louder. It was dope. It was real dope. And I like the little things that Michael P.S. Hayes did. Like he grabbed Larry Zbyszko by the nose like some Three Stooges type shit. And start punching him. You don't see that anymore.
No.
That's good shit right there. And did you guys see that bulldog that Larry Zbyszko oversold?
Yeah.
Yo, how do you land like that? He flipped over.
He's the living legend.
Yes.
That's what that
Yeah,
means.
yeah.
I flip over, brother.
But the ending of the match, it went to time limit draw.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't fond of that finish.
No,
But-
it is. Commonplace for its time.
Yeah.
Let's hurt nobody's feelings.
But it was a good opening match.
It was not the worst finish of the show.
No.
No.
Not by a long shot.
Nope.
Abel, what do you think about that match?
A lot of action, like you said, a lot of good action. But the ending, I was just like, really?
Yeah,
Come on.
That's just what it is.
Is it? Can you guys? Is it during that time where like I'm not gonna lose to him? I'm not gonna lose. I'm like, come on.
He's got a dog face like a gremlin.
He looked crazy.
Yo,
That hairdo and the
Rick was a fucking beast. I'm like,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, he doesn't shave his pubes either.
Ugh.
He's a dog face gremlin, all right.
Hey
That's the noise it makes.
All right, so after this backstage, you see Missy Hyatt trying to promote the show, and your next match is for the UWF Championship, and the UWF is the Universal Wrestling Federation. And I had to look this up. This is not the Herb Abrams UWF.
So it's not fun then.
No, this is actually the Universal Wrestling Federation, which was Mid South.
Okay.
Oh, this was Bill Watts' territory.
Yeah, then when Crockett bought the company, he changed it to, I don't know if you guys noticed the ring, the apron. It said T
something. It wasn't NWA.
Yeah, it was like some wrestling.
Yeah.
Some
it
merger.
was in the credits.
Yeah, it was like some merger. Yeah. So your next match, you have Barry Windham going against the UWF champion, Dr. Death Steve Williams. And what do you guys think about that match?
So the big spot of the match was I think Barry Windham going for a leapfrog and or vice versa. Steve Williams nailed him in the nuts.
No, Steve Williams tried to go for the leapfrog, and then because Barry was too tall, just whoop. Like, sorry, brother. You okay?
So stupid.
So it was a friendly competition between two friends, and they try to test each other's strength and whatnot. But like they said, like what Platino said, Dr. Death tried to jump over, and he just fell short. he got hit in the nuts. And then Barry Windham trying to show him like good sportsmanship, like I'll let you, recover, get up, do your thing. And
then the tables got turned around.
Yeah, table got turned around. Windham went for a splash and went tumbling over the top rope. And then as soon as Windham crawled back in, Dr. Death hit him with like a cradle for a pin.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and
I was like,
Dr.
what?
Death's your champ.
That's it? Ugh.
I know. It's like, first of all, the merger, yes, but kind of like the WCW, the Alliance angle. There was one real winner here, and that was the NWA, and they treated the UWF like nothing, and it was just an embarrassment. It was like an ECW on Sci-Fi match on a WrestleMania, perhaps. And it was just disappointing. Like, you had Barry Windham. Like, this is Ric Flair's best version of the Four Horsemen is with Barry Windham. And this is Barry Windham in the 80s. What the hell, you know? It's just a waste of a match. This was the worst finish of Starrcade.
We've been seeing a lot of Barry Windham lately. All these shows.
Well, you see a lot of, we're seeing everybody, you know. We see all our old friends, who we haven't seen is the British Bulldog.
They fucked him.
You just go through segments and you actually see these parallels in wrestling, such as Sting being an opening 6-man tag team match on a pay-per-view, It's just wild.
It was hog wild.
Wild.
All right, so our next match is the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette and Big Bubba. If you guys don't know who Big Bubba is, that is the Big Boss Man. They went against the Rock and Roll Express in the Skywalker's match. A Skywalker's match is basically a scaffold, and you're fighting on the top, and
You get
to lose, you got to fall off, both your team, and then the other guy got to climb down. And
I think they had more than one of these.
They did. They had one with LOD.
Okay,
yeah, that was the one where Jim Cornette broke his
It's
leg.
like one of these who broke his legs on. And so watching into watching this show, Starrcade 87 for the It Doesn't Matter podcast, I could say, I've never seen this show, but I was having flashbacks. I'm like, I think I have in some way. I've seen this match before, but maybe it was on the the Best of Starrcade DVD.
That's what
probably I watched it back then, and because it looks really familiar. And I'll tell you what, man. I mean, there's more to this show, and you'll hear it as we go along. But this was
a dangerous match.
It was for realsies. Yes, a very dangerous match. It's a ridiculous match. Especially at work, we do rigging and we're up in the air and doing all these things. It's like, guys, let's watch this scaffold match.
Yeah,
this is dangerous.
I was gonna ask you that before the podcast. But I was like, you know what? Let me save some of that for the pod because I'm just looking at them like, fuck you. No way. Your knee's gonna get blown out. Your ankle. God forbid you can't. You can't get thrown off right. You land wrong. No way. You're not gonna get me. I hate heights.
I think work safety began in
doing-
the 90s.
That's why Don's like, oh, let's go roller coaster riding. Fuck you. Boy. I'm all set. Bye.
A wooden roller coaster at that.
Nope.
The Thunderbolts.
I'm not even touching that. Don't think so.
But Stan Lane, he looked amazing right
Yes.
here. I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to Stan Lane? I didn't realize a few years later he was in the WWF and he was an announcer backstage.
Yes. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember him as an announcer, but I didn't put one and two together. Like, damn.
That's I never would have thought that.
Yeah, he was on doing some of the Coliseum home video. Here's some tips for your WrestleMania the arcade game.
They should give him tips about his hair. That shit was terrible back then.
Up, down, left, right, AB.
It was all about that mullet back in the day, baby.
No, I had a lot of fun watching this match. I thought it was great.
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. You're probably like, this is just stupid gimmick match, like a kennel in a cell or the Punjabi prison. No. This scaffold match was pretty good. Actually, it was cool. I'm speaking of a different scaffold match. Maybe we'll get to that someday. Starrcade 2000. Did we do that?
No.
Okay, good, because my memory's okay. It was like Shane Douglas and like Billy Kidman in a scaffold match. It was awful.
Why?
For Tori Wilson?
Yeah, for Tori Wilson's left nipple. Man, that match.
Then again, all right. So
I'd fight for it.
Yeah, then put me in that scaffold match.
I like pepperoni.
All right, so the winner of that match was the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, and a nice moment at the end was like, I think they're still up there, the Rock and Rolls, and Big Bubba Rogers comes up. Actually, who was it? The brown-haired guy. He was
Ricky Gibson.
Yeah, Robert Gibson.
Robert Gibson was down. Ricky Morton was up there, and like, here comes the big boss man, right? And Ricky Morton is like, "What's that? Huh?" hit him right in the ding ding. He escaped.
Yeah, I was cracking up.
My fun story about Ricky Morton is this. I believe this was in New Orleans at the WrestleCon Hotel, and a bunch of fans were piling into the elevator. We're going up, down, wherever the hell we're going, and Ricky Morton is in there, and it's just quiet, And Ricky Morton, he's no fool. Okay, he is no fool. He knows where he's at. He's at a hotel. He knows he's at WrestleCon. He knows he's full of marks all over the place. Maybe they'll admit to, hey, I'm a fan. Like, he breaks the silence. He's like, hey, y'all having a good time here at WrestleMania? And we're like, yeah, you know, and just that little interaction right there. I was like, oh, this guy, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I like Ricky Morton, you know, just that little interaction. So all the wrestlers out there and all the worlds, it's like, you don't know who you're going to affect and what impression you're going to leave. So hopefully make it a good one.
I met Robert Gibson in the urinal around the Russell Consumer show last year.
Was his eye looking at you? Like,
I'm just trying to look straight. You know this. He's a wrestler. You know who it is because you see the fucking mullet and you see the boots. And
I was gonna say
you see the
something, but
trunks.
keep it to myself.
do you know that story? Like they used to take the hotel bed sheets, shred them, make headbands, and sell them for like $10 a pop.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh man.
Anything, yeah, the rock and rolls. Anytime they would get anything, they just slapped on the fucking Rock and Roll Express tag. All right, boom, here you go, and they would sell out every single piece of merch.
I love this Rock and Roll Express coquito. Thank you, Ricky and Robert.
All right. So after this, we get the Freebirds getting interviewed backstage, and Jimmy Garvin. Jesus, that man was long-winded. He was long-winded, and he wants to challenge the winners of the Road Warriors and Tully and Arn Anderson. And he said his brother, who is really his stepfather, is going to beat Ric Flair, and Dusty Rhodes is going to win the title.
Hold up, what?
You heard me.
That's a lot of names in a short amount of time.
He said that shit. Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so
You know,
Jimmy Garvin is
Ronnie Garvin is is Jimmy Garvin's stepfather.
actual stepfather.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what Wikipedia said.
wow.
I mean, the one thing I can think about is that, you know, when they went to the WWE Hall of Fame, the Freebirds, where'd all that hair go?
For real, all of them.
Oof. But Jimmy Garvin was one of the and what, Baby Doll. Is it?
Yep.
They're one of the good stories of a couple in pro wrestling, and they've been married and they've stayed together since. So there's a happy story out there.
Good shit.
Yeah, I think he's like a pastor now, or something like that.
Yeah, scared the hair off him. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, he had a pretty long promo, but he had a good delivery. So there you go.
Yep. All right, so we get another promo. We get Dr. Death backstage saying he's the wrestling machine of the world and that he will go 210% to protect that title, and he respects Barry Windham.
Speaking,
He can't talk.
He can't talk for nothing. His promos are death. And he's a doctor. But yeah, bad promo from Steve Williams. What?
Yeah.
Steve Williams.
What?
Steve Williams.
What?
Dr. Death.
What?
Brawl for all loser.
What?
Supposed to fight Stone Cold.
The only action figure left on the pegs. Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
What?
All right, our next match is for the unification title, for the NWA unification and the UWF TV title. Yes. Yep. You have Terry Taylor going with Eddie Gilbert going against Nikita Koloff.
Yeah.
Terry Taylor, he looked good. He's like a good heel right here. But I don't know why just that one character fucked his whole career up. Him being a Red Rooster in the WWFE.
You could be a Red Rooster or Mr. Perfect, which allegedly never happened.
Yeah.
Ruined him.
Yeah,
he was good right here. He was a good heel at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to think in the future. I'm like, could this guy could have been more? I mean, the guy who was solid.
Yep.
You know, was he spectacular? I'm like, I don't know if I would say that. You know,
a good hand.
Yeah, but could he surpass Kurt Hennig?
No.
You know, because that's, you know, that what do you call it? The fairy tale now, old wives' tale, whatever it's called. That legend that he could have been Mr. Perfect. It's
He
kind of
couldn't.
like
No way.
The box of gimmicks.
I honestly feel like Kurt Hennig was the only guy to fit Mr. Perfect. He really was the perfect guy. Like, his selling was perfect. His promos, athleticism. I mean, he had it all.
How are you at football? Perfect. How are you at billiards? Perfect. Yeah. Oh, I got a good gimmick for you then, pal.
I love the story behind all the vignettes where I feel like he did it on purpose, where he'd miss every shot or everything he did when he's on camera.
When the camera was off. Yeah, fucked up. But as soon as that camera was on, he was money.
No, when the camera was off, it'd be money. But when the camera's on, he'd be off.
What a gimmick. What a West Texas redneck.
Rap is crap.
Anyways, I enjoyed the match, and I liked Eddie Gilbert getting involved, and they kept going back and forth. But Terry ran into hot stuff by mistake. Ivan Koloff, or Nikita Koloff, with a clothesline. 1, 2, 3, he's new. unified TV champion.
Hit him with the sickle.
Yeah, the Russian sickle. Oh my God!
was
Yeah,
it.
like Nikita Koloff, just a guy lost to history as well. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, look at this guy. Look at this. He must have had like a back injury or something, and he had a promo later on.
And he literally changed his name to Nikita Koloff. And he's not even Russian.
He's from Texas.
Minnesota.
Oh,
The Minnesota boys.
He's one of the Minnesota boys?
Yeah, him, Hawk, Animal,
half
perfect.
live, half die.
so it was Ivan the one that
And
was
Rick.
from Texas?
Ivan
Koloff, I believe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
One of them.
But
I don't know.
this dude,
That promo.
He was
Oh,
ripped, yeah.
yeah,
But anyways, the
Good
next
action.
match is Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard with J.J. Dillon going against the Road Warriors with Precious Paul Ellering. And man,
yo, that
You know,
crowd was
yes.
lit.
yes, I was a fan of Tully Blanchard. Tully's my guy,
Oh,
a
yeah.
true heel. This is 1987. Arn Anderson looked old as hell. He's only 29 years old.
Oh, Arn Anderson looked young as hell now because he's 60 and he still looks the same. So,
Road Warrior Hawk, jacked to the gills, like John would say.
yeesh.
And honestly, guys, if his demons didn't get to him, I think he would have had the World Heavyweight title in WCW when Flair was in the WWF.
Yeah,
I think you had this opportunity to.
Hawk.
Hawk. I think
Yeah.
while him and Animal were split for a little time being, I think he had that chance.
I guess from what they said backstage politics or whatever was going on, he wasn't where he needed to be. So they was like, nope, going back to tag teams for this guy. It was good run, but nah, we don't trust him enough.
I really like that about the NWA and WCW at the time. Like, they would just take the singles, the tag wrestlers, and put them in world title matches. Ricky Morton had title matches with Flair. This continued until 1996 WCW. Why the hell would that version of Scott Steiner wrestle the Giant for the WCW title? Why? But they did it. It
Yeah.
was cool, and they would have... Actually, this was somewhere I found. It was Sting defended the WCW title against Mean Mark Callis.
Wow.
So that match actually did happen. It was.
I know it was the match. It was for a title.
Sting was the world. Well, according to the thing, Sting was the world champion, and Mean Mark Callis' last WCW match was with Stinger. And wow,
So we actually got the Taker versus
Yeah.
Stinger.
Yeah, I remember the match.
Brock and Batista wrestled in OVW.
Yeah, yeah, we did see that.
So sometimes it's funny, like the wrestler, like Roddy Piper or something would be on interviews. He's like, "Oh, I've wrestled Hogan and Warrior and this and that." It's like,
Where?
But they did wrestle. I mean, they
Yeah.
probably could have on the house shows and stuff like that. Like, yeah, Roddy Piper totally could have wrestled the
Come
Ultimate
on, pal.
Warrior.
We don't talk about house shows. We only talk about TV.
Well, it didn't happen somewhere. Don't mention it in your promo, then, Roddy.
God damn it, Roddy!
Exactly.
Can you not mention it? Shit.
Hogan and Brett, and
All right, back to this match. The Road Warriors, I would not want to mess with.
Oh,
they were
hell
En
no.
Fuego.
And then
They're Shane McMahon's favorite tag team.
I think it was
I would-
everybody's favorite
yeah.
tag team at
Yeah.
that time, man. But
Still to this day.
Arn and Tully, they had the heel tendencies for this match, and like when who was it? I think Hawk threw Arn to the ropes. Arn stopped and rolled out the
Yeah.
ring, and then he started running. And then he
It was Animal.
Animal, excuse
Yep.
me. And then Animal started chasing him, and he got in the ring, and he tried to cut him off, which still didn't work.
Nope.
Animal still fucked him up, but you don't see that no more, man. Like you don't see like the heels looking scared of like your mean top baby face like that.
Everybody wants to be Stone Cold. Everybody wants to be a fucking badass. Why can't you be a chicken shit heel? Shit, I could do it easily. Two big guys like that? Nah, I'm good. Nope.
Like who was on commentary was Tony Schiavone and good old JR, and JR kept calling him Road Warrior Hawk. No, I guess that's Animal. It's like he kept messing that up, so I thought that was enough. Animal, no Hawk. Hawk.
And I also liked how Tully hit Hawk with the chair with the in his knee,
Yeah,
and then they start working on his knee,
that's how you're supposed to
and
do it.
then Hawk struggling trying to make the tag, and they cut him off. Like you really don't see that anymore like that, man. Like I miss shit like that.
What, the cutoff where somebody cuts off half the ring? Yeah, you'd get that from an FTR match if it's a straight tag team, 2-2. But you're right. I don't really see too many tag teams cutting the ring off in half. It's very rare, and if you do, those guys are definitely veterans and they know how to work the ring the way it's supposed to be done. In my opinion, that just as a tag team, someone who loves tag teams, that's Like I said, FTR to me, A1.
And their favorite tag team wrestled earlier that night.
Yep. Midnights.
You know who
Midnight
doesn't do that
Express.
kind of tag teamwork?
Young Bucks.
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
They're a tag team now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we called it.
Wow.
Austin Theory.
They're
Would
the-
you pay $1?
God,
I cannot say I will.
this guy sucks.
All right, so we had a little controversy with the finish.
His music is cool.
At the time, Arn got thrown over the top rope with a back body drop and land on the ref, and you get disqualified.
Yeah, this is during the time where you can't throw somebody over the top rope.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Otherwise, I'll lie to you. You know, sometimes I'm not always paying attention to these matches as much as I should have. But I did notice. I'm like, why the hell is Earl Hebner counting the pin? Like, he's not the ref. And exactly right. Tommy Young was the ref, and I saw Arn Anderson go over the top rope. Man, bullshit. You didn't see that happen. But that was the finish of the match. The dusty finish. I don't know if this was the dusty finish that killed Road Warriors in Chicago, drawing wise. But yeah, it was a dusty finish of the highest magnitude.
Yeah.
And they won the titles. Here's the thing. Here's the cool thing. They knew they didn't really win it because of the technicality, but they took the belts anyway.
Yeah,
They took the belts with them.
they probably would have had a riot if they didn't walk out with those belts, especially being their hometown. Yeah, just give it to them. Just
But-
don't do it.
Kind of like the earlier matches in the show. It was a hot match. Crummy finish, but hot action, hot match. So
Yeah.
there you go.
All right, so backstage we see Nikita Koloff cutting a promo.
I'm gonna get that. I got the title.
I respect Terry Taylor. Now I got 2 titles. I'm the champion. Blah blah blah. This title mean nothing. This is the real title right here.
I'm gonna drink a beer.
Nikita Koloff.
Ultimate Warrior took his style from him.
That too.
What a rush.
All right, our next match is a steel cage match for the United States title. You have Lex Luger with J.J. Dillon going against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I like the little video package that had a Dusty Rhodes, like him just jiving and dancing and all that stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
You know, baby, hey, you know how we do when we get in the ring. We gonna get you excited, especially when we hit you with that by on a bell, big elbow. Ooh.
Easy for him to say.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Too much emotions.
Lex Luger looking like $1 million, and you've seen, and I think good old JR said, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Looking at Dusty Rhodes, and Dusty Rhodes out there flexing.
But yeah,
Oh man, but
I love how both of them weighed almost the same amount, and yet they looked completely different.
I was cracking up when Dusty had him in the sleeper.
Yeah,
They called it a different name. That dude was outside.
The Wheeler Lock.
Wheeler Lock. the Wheeler
I
Lock.
was like, who the fuck? I was like, who's Johnny Weaver? and shit.
yeah.
And he's on Luger's back, and Luger just holding him like nothing. Like, Jesus, man, Dusty looked like he pushing 400 pounds right here.
I don't know
He
about
was
that.
he was no 287. I'll tell you that.
He's pushing on Cody's mother.
Oh man. But yo, I fucking lost it. I had to rewind this.
Give me
so many
insomnia.
times. Did y'all
Oh,
see?
Dream, give me insomnia.
Did y'all see that elbow Luger tried to do? He jumped up so fucking high and missed.
Yo, that was stiff.
Yo, okay.
That hurt.
That must have been the style back then, because Sting did it,
Yep.
and Luger did it, and they did that animation in the video game.
Yep, I
Like,
remember
what
that.
kind of stupid elbow was that? Why doesn't anyone do that today?
Yeah.
Ziggler.
Probably because it's stupid.
Yeah, I was cracking up.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh man.
Yeah, you got some
my
height,
God.
but ooh,
Luger got up there for that elbow, man.
They talk about things. Bring that back, man. That's
Oh
funny
my
as hell.
goodness, man. Luger's overselling like the little things. Like,
you know Cody be watching, so he'll probably be like, I might steal that just for one night.
It might happen, man.
well, hopefully he don't steal Dusty's drop kick. Did you see that shit?
Oh man, he nailed him on the noggin though.
Oh man, that was a sight for sore eyes.
Well, still better than most drop kicks you see now. You don't see too many people doing it.
Best drop kicks in the business: Maven, Okada, Dusty
Marco
Rhodes.
Randy Orton.
Dusty Rhodes.
But
Yeah.
you know, Dusty, he's gonna get some color, so he got busted open.
It's a cage match. You gotta have some blood, baby.
Exactly. But we see JJ.
Unless you're in WWE.
You might see some soon. But all right, you see
Please.
JJ Dillon
No.
hit Johnny Weaver with the chair, and then Luger runs to the ref. JJ tries to open up the cage door. He threw the chair in. As Luger's trying to pick up the chair, Dusty hits him with the DDT onto the chair. 1, 2, 3.
The-
Dusty Rhodes, your new United States champion.
And my career goes on, baby, as the new NWA United States World Heavyweight
He
Champion.
nailed the Weaver T, and then he won the match. Yeah, that was a memorable finish, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Oh boy.
All right, and your main events.
Oh boy.
Ooh. The Nature Boy Ric Flair going against the World Heavyweight Champion Ronnie Garvin in another steel cage match.
Back to back.
Ronnie Garvin was known as the Hands of Stone, and my God, he was chopping the fuck out of Ric Flair. He got him in that corner. He chopped. Ric Flair chopped him back. This motherfucker chopped him right in the face, slapped him in the face.
I'm sorry. I think
My God.
I think his chops was heavier than fucking Rick's.
Rick backhand. Ronnie just went straight forward.
Oof.
Oh my goodness, man. And then I love the Garvin stomp that he did.
Yeah,
Working the body parts. There's only one person that does that to this day.
Randall.
Randy Orton does
And
that.
I'm so glad he still keeps that alive. I'm like, bring that.
Here's the thing.
There ain't nobody gonna do
I
that.
think that's kind of silly move, but and especially considering the fact that Ric Flair didn't sell.
He
it
did not sell
No,
it.
he didn't.
He just-
till the final stomp, kind of like a 5-finger death punch, you know. Ha, cha, 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 cha.
Ugh.
10 seconds later, you know.
See, just like earlier, you said Ric Flair didn't sell that low blow. Yeah, he didn't sell all his body parts,
my
all his
God.
limbs getting stomped
We're
out.
speaking out against Ric Flair as the greatest of
Wow.
all time.
Oh
Shit.
man, Flair gets busted open. You know that blonde hair is good for blood.
Yes.
So you know Cody's gonna be bleeding.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
I know the old man's not there anymore, but still. What happened?
A hole in my sock.
But it was a good ass fight. It wasn't a match. It was a fight.
Yeah.
Ronnie Garvin tries to go for a crossbody. Flair catches him and hits him into the cage, the metal part of the cage. And then 1, 2, 3. Flair is your new World Heavyweight Champion for the 5th time.
5-time.
What a low number. You know, I was looking because Ronnie Garvin has one of those bizarre NWA title reigns, so I tried to Google it and get some more information, and it's like,
Who did he beat?
no, he beat Flair,
Yep.
but it's kind of like, why him? Like, why him? And the story goes is that they just wanted to compete with the Survivor Series that year for pay-per-view. They wanted Ric Flair to win the title. It's like, okay, that makes sense. It's more exciting for a guy chasing and win the title than it is for him to walk in as champion, right?
Yep.
So for all they needed was a transitional champion. They couldn't find anyone to just take that title. It's like, you're literally going to be a transitional champion for like 2 months. We need someone, anyone. And so Ric Flair was kind of maybe helped handpick his opponent for that time, for that matchup. So he's like, no one's ready. Everyone's in a program, and no one's gonna believe it. I'll tell you what, this Ronnie Garvin guy, we can have great matches. We can have physical matches that people will talk about and appreciate and respect, and that's what happened.
That's prior to making Sting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and just like we talked about during this match, rugged Ronnie Garvin making it a shoot, brother, against Ric Flair, and that's the kind of match that Ric Flair can pull out and get the fans to appreciate. So that's what it was, and so that's why he was chosen as the transitional world champion.
Ric Flair held this title. This is November of 1987. He held it to February 1989, and he lost that to Ricky Steamboat.
Ooh.
So you had 1988, the year of the Nature Boy. Right?
So that's when him and Steamboat would do the trilogy.
Yes.
And then after that, oh boy,
What?
Terry Funk.
Paul Bear.
And Ronnie Garvin
God damn it, Flair.
ended up in the WWFE.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
in WrestleMania 5, I want to say.
Garvin?
Yeah.
Really?
Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
There it was.
I don't remember
All,
5
all
too
the
often.
all the NWA legends: Harley Race, Ronnie Garvin,
5 is such a Blair, a Blair,
the Mega
a blur
Powers.
in my it's just a mega powers. That's the only thing I remember about that. Other than that, I might have to go
in
back.
former President Plaza.
That was the first one, right?
For
The second one?
Second.
42.
Week
40.
42 of the Doesn't Matter podcast.
4.
Chi-Town Heat, Zabisco, and that's how I take the bump.
But guys, what do you guys think about Starrcade 1987 Chi-Town Heat?
It was a good pay-per-view.
It was a great show that you picked.
Yeah. It was a great show, but a couple not botches, just a couple endings that just like, ugh, let a bad taste in my mouth. Because I like to see a decent finish. I don't like to see like the time limit. Not too often. If it's done correctly, cool. That one wasn't for me. The Dr. Death one was atrocious. But we got my baby. We got that title back on the real dream, the American dream. That's the one that I really care about.
I think Martin Luther King's the real dream, but sure.
Velveteen. Ow!
No, thank you.
I'm legal.
Oh boy.
Anyways, it was a great show. I enjoyed it. That's how we started Starrcade. And we got one more Starrcade show coming up in December. December is next week. And we're going to kick it off with ECW December to Dismember. We've been talking about this for a long time. And
My God.
Jesus. Finally going to watch it. Finally going to review it.
My word.
I hope I enjoy what I'm going to watch.
No doubt. No, ain't no doubt about it.
Ain't no doubt about it.
Ow!
Anyway.
Anything else, fellas?
Well,
No, well, about what happened this weekend, the surprise of Rowdy Ronda. I was a shock as in tape. Over at Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
Which, like, I think you told me, like, why would you do that? I think she said that she wanted to just, like, pay her dues or just...
She said that shit years ago in the WWE.
Yeah, I think the last run left a really bad taste in her mouth, especially the way we were watching it. We're like, oh, this is not the same Ronda from the beginning. Like, the first run is just... She was overproduced, and it just, like, seemed like WWE was like, you need to stay in here. You can't be something else. So I think she's just trying to, like, find her love again for wrestling. And I think I'm gonna steal a quote from Bully. I hope it happens one day. But I guess... He was thinking, hey, Tony Khan says, hey, Ronda, we had a great time with you at Ring of Honor. Here's an AEW contract. She comes out. She says, you know what, Tony? Appreciate your offer, but I'm all set. But I'd rather take a different kind of offer and let me go sign with Ring of Honor. Do that. Boom. You just made Ring of Honor a really important show, and you're going to get the subscriptions, and Ronda's going to get the love from the fans from doing that. So for Bully to say that, I was like, that is actually smart booking. Real smart booking.
So you'll see her on Collision, then you see her in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
well, the thing with that is if, this
Come back to me and son.
This is more like a surprise signing, like Ronda Rousey.
She's not signed.
Okay.
She's just still a free agent. She's just doing the indie circuit right now.
All right, well, so the reason why they would put her on Ring of Honor is because, all right, Tony Khan books ahead.
Yep.
Although it doesn't seem like it. He has to change it on the fly due to injuries and various things of that nature. But he already has his women's championships lined up. He has his women's programs all set. Here's an opportunity. Hey, Okada's in town. Let me use him. Suzuki's in town. Let me use him. Ospreay's in town. Let me use him. Ronda Rousey's in town. Where the hell can I put her? Well, Ring of Honor. Let's put her in Ring of Honor for a bit. And not only does this fill that purpose of, hey, we didn't have a spot for her, now we do. And also, they have a pay-per-view coming up, Ring of Honor Final Battle, exclusively on Honor Club, and let's pimp up those Honor Club subscription numbers, and let's put something special and unique on it. Put Ronda Rousey on it, and it's not going to hurt any of the other programs. It's not going to hurt Julia Hart. It's not going to hurt Timeless Tony Storm. It's not going to hurt any of them. So that's what I see when I see Ronda Rousey in Ring of Honor and AEW. That's what I see when that happens.
Yeah. Dom? Just stole your thunder.
You ain't stealing my thunder. Tony's stealing the younger talent's thunder.
Oh my goodness.
Tony who?
Tony Khan.
Oh,
TK.
I'll say Tony.
He's trying to do what's best for business, like John said. Yeah, you may be in the town right there. All right. It is what it is.
Hey.
They're just loaded. They're loaded with talent right now. I feel bad for the younger talent that's not being utilized. That's all. You know how I feel about that.
Oh, make yourself known. Do
Hell,
something.
go to Impact.
Hey.
Ronda
I think
She
Don,
might.
or
she,
TNA.
She might just make an appearance out there too.
but none of Ronda's friends are there. I don't know where Jessamine Duke is, but Marina Shafir is in AEW.
Yeah.
So she's there.
It only makes sense.
What's her name? Shayna Baszler is up in the E, so she's done there. So that's where she's gonna end up.
Think she's staying around, or she might just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go join the 4 Horsewomen of MMA." Shayna.
Oh, Shayna.
I mean,
Triple H likes her, but
I know Triple H likes her,
no one else
but
does.
if I don't know, we'll see.
Look up her contract.
I'm not doing that.
That's okay. Fine, we'll find out in a future episode. We'll find out in 2024, wherever Shayna Baszler's allegiance lies.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It was a good ass show. But next week, ECW. December to dismember.
That's right. So there it is. Next week, ECW December to dismember. But for week 42 for Starrcade 1987 Chi-Town Heat 4 AEW Full Gear 2023. It's the Notorious One Dom. It's Poppy Platino. It's Stratfax John Lee. We will see you next time. Boom.